Welcome everybody to V Time episode 242. We're doing it live.
That's a lot. It's a lot of episodes.
I know, right? 242. There's 52 weeks in a year, so we've basically done almost 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we've almost done 5 years worth of V Time.
That's a lot of time.
That's a what?
Into perspective. It's a lot of time. Puts it into perspective.
Really does. And we're gonna keep going.
Yippee!
I wonder when I'm gonna rehash it, rebrand it, because at some point the number is gonna get too big. Because we can't go. This is way in the future. Just imagine V Time episode 1022.
Oh gosh, we're gonna be old and gray.
Anywho. We're doing it live because of scheduling, internet problems, a lot of different causes.
Tomfoolery.
Tomfoolery. I forgot to activate this so that we can get YouTube chat in here. This should now work for YouTube chat. Someone tell me something so I can see chat. Hello! Give it a minute. People are slow on the uptake sometimes.
It's also different time zone for you.
Well, it is like 8:30. There we go. Life. It is like 8:30 for me. It's like 1:30 for you, and it's a very big bedtime for Asia.
Oh, yeah. No, right now I'd be in my after lunch nap after church because you eat that lunch and man, you just want to do nothing but sleep. It's the best nap ever.
Oh, I'm gonna do something stupid. Because I'm just that stupid. I'm gonna play a video because before we start with the leaks and the first leak that's already on screen and all that, I want to show something, and I hope this works and not crashes. This is probably gonna crash the stream. If I'm honest, this is completely just gonna crash the stream, knowing my luck.
Well, better to try it at the beginning instead of the midway through. So.
Exactly. See, Long gets it.
There's logic to the madness.
We always hope there's logic to the madness, but always are reminded that sometimes just Murphy hates us. Murphy hates us so much.
Murphy's law is the bitch.
It is this. So since this is a live stream, we don't have our normal 50 cards ad. Lon decided to give us a special announcement.
Oh, jeez.
What's up, Internet?
This is
Lon
live
Top
like
Heroes. I was wanting to make a cool plug for, 50cards.shop. Unironically, I was planning to do this ahead of time because I made an order, and I was wanting to comment on how fast their delivery is. I
The
ordered
best part
some
is
cards,
I can't
some
hear the audio
singles
for some reason, but they can.
on Monday night, which is essentially
Oh, don't worry,
Tuesday
I pulled it
business
up
day,
on my phone so I can watch
and it was scheduled to arrive Friday.
Yeah. That was
Somehow, reading my mind, 50 cards has managed to get the package here even faster.
I have comments for
I got a
afterwards.
notification from my mail carrier that it showed up today, Thursday. So a day sooner than they already said. So we're going to go check my mailbox to confirm that this has indeed happened.
Yeah, you can tell I totally rehearsed.
100%. It makes it even better because I can't hear shit.
And look what it be. 50 cards.
Yeah, I'm just rambling.
This is 50 cards right there.
I'm just rambling on about it. I'm like, hey, let's go check my mailbox right now.
Package of singles in the freakiest fast of time.
Showing how busy of a
I
road
would
I've decided.
definitely say 50 cards up shop is definitely the Jimmy John's of card singles and card products because they have
Only
freaky
4 more
fast
seconds.
delivery. This is TDH Long. I'll see y'all later.
Ta-da.
So, first off, I know I look a little extra chunky in the face. That was the week I had a crown done. And so I was still swollen. I had like fluid in these air pockets here. So like I could like bubble wrap my head and like feel bubble wrap going like, and it was kind of gross. It finally went away. So that's why it was all puffy from that angle, especially. I'm like, wow, I look essentially fat at that angle. I didn't realize it till after I already took the video. I'm just like, well, I can't do it twice because that was all genuine. But I had it as for context for anyone else. It was explained in the video, but Thursday, I got a new 50 cards. I made an order through 50 cards Monday night, and it told me it was going to show up Friday, which is like 4 days, which is really fast for anything ordering any kind of cards through the mail. And so I was very excited about that. I'm like, I should really tell the people because I don't think they understand without doing it firsthand. And then as I'm pitching it to Philip and everyone else to do just a little personal video off my phone, I get it like right after Philip's like, yeah, green lights. I'm like, cool, I'm going to do it when I get home. I immediately get an email saying it arrived already today or that day. I'm like, wow. And they 50 cards read my mind. They were seeing us in our private messaging chat. And it was like, you know what? We're going to make sure it gets there a day faster. And so, like magic. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It's 3 days. It showed up in 3 days. Because you order Monday night, that's Tuesday, basically.
Pretty much.
I think that the bonus is because he works out of the East Coast, right?
Yes.
Or sorry. So I'm on the East Coast too, so it's going to show up faster versus if someone was ordering from like California, obviously. Exactly. But that's why if it's not Shadowverse or Vanguard, and I'm like, I want to get Magic the Gathering singles, I usually do Star City because Star City's in North Carolina, so like it's in Raleigh. I'll get that within the week every time. It's a little pricier, but I don't have to deal with individual sellers on TCG Player. TCG Player is convenient sometimes, but other times it is a pain in the butt. Ask our friend Atreus. He has been bitching about it this week because they have been putting him through the ringer, and I don't blame him because from what he's told us, it's awful.
To be fair, it's not TCG Player's own fault. It's more the sellers on TCG Player.
Correct. Well, like TCG Player, I put an order in last weekend, Sunday night, this past Sunday, and it showed up Tuesday, which is insane for TCG Player. Like, it's rarely ever been that fast. It was like I had to order some Shadowverse singles that were sold out on 50 cards. I'm like, well, I gotta get these somewhere, and boom, it showed up. I thought it was 50 cards at first. I'm like, this doesn't look like 50 cards packaging.
So the biggest thing is if you're ordering off a TCG Player. Are you ordering from a store on TCG Player? Because there are verified stores that have like 500,000 sales already. So those are usually going to be good because they do that regularly. But if you're ordering from individuals that like have maybe 100, 500 sales, it's going to be a hit or miss sometimes depending on the individual. I, as a seller on TCG Player, when I was doing that, there would be weeks where I would be on top of that, like every morning, prepare the package, send it out before going to school, work, whatever. And then there were weeks where like, oh yeah, I should send that package. When we did order? Like 4 days ago. Whoops.
Yeah. It's like, I get it. If it was me on the other end, it wouldn't be as easy. But yeah, like with a business too, sometimes card shops have weird hours where they don't open for business till like Tuesday of the week. They're not open like Monday or Sunday. So like you have this delay effect, and with individuals, it's just whenever they feel like getting around to it. So like you said, it's hit or miss.
All right, anyway, let's get to the actual card.
Content.
So,
I'll find his time.
You're kind of the Brent Gate main. You are the monster player. This unfortunately does not support your monsters, but hey, it is a monster.
Yes, we have Pollution Monster Popolute, which is a really funny name. Looks like the smog monster from Godzilla, if you're an old school fan. But continuous Guardian Circle. If your order zone has a research, this unit gets shield plus 5,000. And then it has act in the order zone. Cost, bind this card, choose a set order from your drop, put it into your hand. If you have a Grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Alleged Limma, which is Bad Bat for short, in its card name, choose up to one set order from your hand and put it into your order zone. For a promo rare, it's pretty. Yeah, I love it. I like its art.
So a lot of
really
people are speculating this is Bushiroad going, yeah, MoFlash is going to get a soft restriction list soon. And for people that don't know what MoFlash is the set 5 common that Bat got recently that lets you play any number of set orders from hand, or not even play, put any number of set orders from hand into the order zone if you at least put 3 or more 3 different one at least. So because of that card, they're thinking, or people are speculating, the Bat's a little bit too strong and too OTK and all that. And if it's going to hit a hit on the restriction list, this is a good replacement, and like Bushiroad's preemptively doing that and yada yada yada.
It's one of those things of just like, oh, we didn't kill the deck, here's the supplementary thing to make up for it. It's like, we're not killing it, we're just slowing it down a little bit.
I will say,
get 2 instead of 3.
With the way both EVA and Archive play, this can honestly even be put into both of those, because the Shield 5k is generic, just having research, which both, or let's say all 3 decks do because they ran researches. And then the second effect, while playing the order is Elderglamma restricted, the choose a card from drop is not. In Archive, usually that means you either hit it in damage and healed it and you want it in hand, or you had to discard it for whatever fucking reason. But in EVA, it's like, well, if you had to discard an order for whatever reason, now you can get that order back and then play it.
Recycle. Actually, in EVA, you're 100% right. The countercharge order goes to Soul to countercharge. You Soul Blast it, you can get it back. Sometimes, if you're an EVA player, you'll run the Grade 2 order from set 5 that binds a rear guard. This is a way to, if you had to discard it early or it got put in the damage, you can get it back out of drop. Because we run the research order, and we're never binding anything to the order zone with it in Ava. So actually, you're 100% right.
So a lot of AO players are using the research to bind stuff, or not bind, to put them in the order zone with the Grade 1 research for Archite, because they want to rest it, so they can have as many set orders rested, so they can use the Blitz order that says 10k for every rested.
I guess. I usually end up resting it for the Grade 3 order to give something 5k. So it usually gets rested anyways, but no, I guess that's another reason to get as many as possible. Yeah, if you're just one more shot, it's like, well, that's extra 10k. So
exactly,
might as well.
So honestly, this card has more potential. More potential than I originally thought. Yeah, this actually has a lot more potential, and for all 3 decks.
Yeah, with Archite, I think it could be the least effective, because if you hit all 4 researches, like, you're set. But if you end up hitting one early in damage, this could be a weird one-off slot in the deck to where I can recycle the card, because I'm running the Grade 1 from set 2 that dumps the research, so I can get them out of deck when I've run through the ride line already.
Exactly.
But this is honestly a better payoff because it's searchable with the top 5.
And it's
recyclable from drop. It's shield too, yeah. No, and it's a Grade 1, so like, because people like to run that Grade 2 sometimes at grabs from drop, and it's a 5k shield interceptor or 10k shield interceptor. So like it's just arguments for both. I mean, aesthetically though, if I can find an excuse to run him, I will, because his art's really cool. It goes hard. Plus, I'd love to see that in foil. That gray backdrop would kind of shine in a good way.
True.
I mean, he ugly, but in a cute way.
moving on. We got a lot of promos to cover because we have a whole new promo tournament pack. And next one up is a promo set order for Direful Dolls of all things. So now we got...
They get more expensive.
I know, right? So now we got Forward Now, Forget the Passage of Time. It's a grade 1 set order for Dark States. And then it has the effect of play this if you have a Vanguard Direful Doll in its card name. So the only way you can play it is in Direful Dolls. Its abilities in Order Zone, or technically its abilities not even in Order Zone, is when this card is put into the Order Zone, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose up to 1 normal unit with Direful Doll in its card name and grade less than or equal to your Vanguard from among them, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle a deck. Which means it's basically replaces itself while deck finning Direful Dolls, which is not bad. And then while in Order Zone, you can use its act ability. If you have a Vanguard Direful Doll in its card name, put this card into your drop, choose 2 cards with Direful Doll in their different card names from your drop and put them into soul. So it's a fixer on top of that.
No, like, boy, I joked for Direful Dolls get more expensive because they just had a grade 2 unit in promos. Now they have another card. So slowly the budget deck has become more expensive as time has moved on. I mean, top 7 Searcher, man, those are always great.
Amazing. I got a chance to witness this playing against someone during Fan Fight, and it honestly is a quality of life for the deck because it gets you that extra deck finning and searching for pieces that you need. And on top of that, if you really need to fix your soul, you can do that. So it's overall just a quality of life card.
No, and it being a grade 1 too is fantastic. It's got early game, and like people love orders that are grade 1s. As an Ava player, I can agree.
Exactly. I love orders like this. They literally have no diminishing return because the second this is in your hand, it's literally going, whatever's on top 7 is in my hand instead, and this is in Order Zone now.
Well, you're thinning for triggers to stay in the deck, which is always a plus.
But as a Renegade players,
we
know the it's not struggle, the pain of having to play an order and then not actually do anything plussing wise, just a -1 from hand.
Correct. So it all depends on the deck for certain. Like when Ava players started playing with the monster order, it's like if you just didn't hit any monsters, it's like I just wasted the turn. I could have put the grade 1 that counter charges and just had it for a rainy day. But then I whiff for the monster thing. But when it pays off, you can get 2 cards out of the deck, and that's just like you're golden. So it's just that give and take. But thankfully, it's in Dark State, so you're not playing orders every turn. So it just gives you options to do more in a single turn.
I think the biggest Renegade deck that comes to mind that's like, oh, this just feels bad, is Astrum. Let me counterblast one to play an order that does nothing when it's played.
Yep. That's why we don't really cover that deck. It looks aesthetically pleasing, but man, and it's a bit. What it does is fun, but so much cost. I think Bushido was afraid to give Brentgate a new toy that was effective.
Anywho,
like,
moving on. We got a card for Trickstar Overdress, and since Connor's not here, I'll let you cover it.
Spin equipped Dragon Buzzsaw. Continuous. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Nirvana in its card name, this card gets all of the following. Act. Drop. If you have a rear guard with Trickstar in its card name, and you do not have a rear guard with the same card name as this card, cost Soul Blast 1, call this card to your rear guard circle. At the end of that turn, retire this unit. Auto. When this card becomes an original dress, choose one of this card's outer dress units, and it gets +5 until end of turn. Yes, I just realized it is a prayer dragon. So no, This is fantastic of getting free resources, quote unquote, of filling up your board.
It is a Soul Blast cost in Nirvana, which honestly for the deck is a little bit hard. But I feel like a lot of decks that had soul problems got fixed with the new soul fronts.
Yeah, set 6 is peak for that.
So overall, this is just a really good card because it's not amazing in the sense of something happens when you overdress and get stuff. It's I need a prayer dragon on board. Give me a prayer dragon on board. Or I need more prayer dragons on board. Give me more prayer dragons on board. And it's the little 5k bump. It can matter. The little 5k bump can actually matter.
Exactly. As far as like, I don't know those crossover dress decks well, but as far as like how many copies, like a good one or two of, just for consistency bump and variety, because like just having this, as long as you got this guy in the drop, you'll always have it moving forward. Plus it retiring itself that way. If you don't cross overdress, you don't have to worry about it getting like binded or locked or something with because you left it behind.
I'll steal a thing from chat. Prayers got answered. Yes, they did. I'll reverberate Connor a little bit and a little bit of my thoughts. So if we're talking about Jiva, so the new Nirvana where works around crossover dress, I feel like this card was meant to be a let me do Exodia Star Arena as consistently as possible. So whole board under Star Arena, 5 prayer dragons or 4 prayer dragons and a trick star. Let me put 5 original dresses, so I have the board wife mechanic live on my Star Arena.
Exactly.
And the little 5k actually matters in this case because Star Arena, I think, becomes like a 23k attacker or something of the sorts. So now it's a 28k attacker. And that's a magic number.
And if you persona it, it's even worse. And
Exactly.
Nirvana restands them, and oh, dude, that's just great for the deck, actually. Yeah, 5k goes a long way in that deck.
And then talking about original Nirvana, Mahar, grade 4, this card actually can be run there and basically gives Mahar access to crossover dress because now you're not restricted to, oh, I have to have this card in my hand to crossover dress. I can go make Trickstar, call this from drop. Now I have crossover dress material in Mahar.
Yeah, if you really want to play that route, it is doable now. It's not a dream anymore.
Connor's already cooking.
Oh boy, I can smell it from here.
Anywho, moving on. That was the Tuesday promos. We're gonna move now to the Thursday promos. And Lon, you're gonna continue the trend because your boy Orpheus got some support. Not promos, Thursday reveals.
I have to keep scrolling down.
Yes. You'll see it. It's the first Cardinal Fang. It's a grade 3.
The grade 3? Yeah. So, Cardinal Fang Charisma. Funny enough, I saw these in the chat earlier this week, and I didn't read them. So this is fantastic. I get to do it in real time. Auto Rearguard Circle. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Orpheus in its card name, cost Soul Blast 1, or Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast 1, and retire this unit. Call it to 2 Shadow Army tokens to Rearguard Circle.
Act ability, by the way.
It's an act ability, yeah. That is very interesting. Helps because obviously with Orpheus Mask, you need to have 2 rear guards to call the new shadow tokens. Now you have 20Ks if you already have the grade 3 order out. It is a little cost heavy. Soul Blast isn't the issue, it's the Counter Blast that can be tricky. It just depends on whether you're running Bulba Mines or not. Because that's the problem I've had with Orpheus lately, is finding room for all the new cards and to keep it consistent, because you do not want to be damage starved in that deck. It's easy.
Even with a 50 card deck, Orpheus, some decks still have space issues.
Oh yeah, no, it's because there's 4 extra cards. Like I put Bulba Mains and another tech piece, and then we got that cool promo, and then now there's another promo. So let's read the other guy.
The double rare.
The double rare. So Cardinal Draco Delcomanus. I hope I said that.
I think you did.
I love the Cyber Dragons in Brandgate. When this unit is placed on Rearguard Circle from hand, if your world is either Dark Knight or Abyssal Dark Knight, search your deck for up to 1 world card, discard it, shuffle the deck, and this unit gets plus 2k until end of turn, so it becomes a 10k. Act. Drop. If you have a grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Orpheus card name, costs Energy Blast 2, bind this card, and call a Shadow Armor token. Okay, that's fantastic. That does a lot for what the deck wants to do, because you're retiring your rear guards for new tokens, so now you have resources in your drop to recycle, and you're using energy more than just 1 card.
Not to mention,
Use your
it
last
finds a
tools.
world and puts it in your drop. So if you really need it for
You-
the Orphis ride, you got
You
it.
know your deck thinning. I honestly was funny enough. I think it's on my desk. Yeah, right here. I was missing running this card in Orphis because you could counterblast the dump, and that was just fantastic. You're thinning out the non-triggers. So now we have a way to just dump and go because
I
it's
this.
not even a cost, right?
No,
Yeah,
it's literally just on place. You just need to be
And you get the 2K.
I
have to
love
be
it
at the
because
condition.
it's literally an early game card. Because it's like, okay, I'm gonna first find my, let's say the World Knight that gets you a Shadow Meeting, right? Go to turn 2, play the thing. You have a 15k, 20k Shadow Army token, and then you throw this behind the Vanguard. You put a world into your drop, ready for the Orphis ride to put into Order Zone now, so you're set.
Correct. No, your
And then on
opening
top of
hands
that,
don't
you
have
make
to
a
be
20k column.
That's great. No,
Or
yeah,
if
you're
you-
not as struggling for that early game of did I open with orders to ditch from my ride line. Now you
Exactly.
can consistently get there.
Not to
'Cause
mention,
usually those are the games you lose.
I made an example of 20k token because of the ride line grade 2, and then 20k column with this behind the Vanguard. You can even put this in the front row rear guard and have 10, 10, 20.
Oh yeah, no, especially if you went second. So well no, if you went first, they're on grade 1, and so you just be like, pray to God you don't hit a defensive. If not, like as long as these first 2 attacks get started, it's just gonna be great.
And then it's like, oh
It's-
yes, please kill it. Shadow Army token.
One of the only things Orphis used to never have early game. We would force it back in the day with these cards and just have a vanilla 8K to just bum rush Keter. Now we actually have good early game.
Yep. So
that's
overall
always a
good
bonus.
Orphis support. If it wasn't a hint, start cooking Orphis.
Yeah. Let me know when the proxies are out.
Moving on though, we got more promos. The other 3 promos for the new shop tournament packs, and for once in a long time, it's basically promos for all 6 nations. So we saw Dragon Empire, we saw Dark States, and we saw Brenke. So now we're gonna look at Stoic, Keter, and Lyrical. And we're gonna start with the Stoic card supporting more glitter decks of all things, if I remember correctly. It
Yes.
is Spinning Carola Reminius. It's a grade 2 10k that says auto when this unit is placed on rearguard with a token unit, so overcalling a token. Look at the
So it's
top
got to be
5.
placed over.
Yes. So look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose up to one of either a glitter or an order card without Regulus piece from among them. Reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle the deck.
Okay.
So, and then the second ability is auto rearguard. When this unit attacks a grade 3 or greater unit, if you have a token unit on your rearguard, this unit gets 5 until the end of battle. You're always probably going to have a token because of the Momoki token, which means this is always going to be a 15k attacker in the early game, even with plant tokens.
Oh yeah. No, this
This is a 20k column
solid.
with a plant token.
Oh no, this is a solid card.
Oh, sorry,
Only
grade
if you
3 or
went-
greater. Ignore me.
Well, I mean, it's still 20k as long as they're at that condition.
Yeah.
But you should be doing more by the time you're at grade 3 too. Honestly, no, this is just a consistency bump for the deck because they do run an order that loves to stack because the order gives their back row tokens 5k.
Yep.
And so each copy is another 5k. So no, this is
Not to mention,
a
this
solid
finds,
piece.
yeah, this finds also original Rova. This finds any other Rova you might have. This finds the grade 3 Radalina. This finds the grade 2 Radalina as well. So there's a lot of targets in the deck you can deck fin and find with this card.
Yeah, I know Alex is better at this, better speaking on this card, but I guess in general for people who are playing that glitter deck, Roroa's glitter deck, having a consistency bump, you don't have to run just dual nation cards now. You can save budget. This is ironically, the promo is a budget option for dual nation cards.
Oh yeah, someone made a good point. This card also can work a little bit, not as efficiently, but this still can work in the promo Stoicheia deck that is called I forgot what it's called. It's
The flower chick, right?
the flower chick, because her whole gimmick is having as many I want to say blitz orders or just orders in general in drop to do effects.
Oh,
And
so you
then-
just get an order card. Yeah.
Yeah, and she plays plant tokens, which means calling this, finding orders, playing plant tokens. This can also be used over there, yeah.
A promo for a promo deck. They wouldn't have it any other way. No, that 2 decks, good. Getting more versatility because if it was only for 1 deck, it's like, okay, that's cool for the deck, but no,
It's a
more
long-
than 1 deck getting support.
You and maybe other people that are watching this, maybe, but you definitely are going to get this joke. You get the segue point. Because you did
boy.
say promo deck, so you get to cover the next and newest promo deck.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. This is what people have been talking about the sisters. Okay. Divine Sister Arroz con Leche. I hope I said that right.
Good enough.
So 13k, grade 3, Persona Ride, all the goodies. Act Vanguard Circle. Once per turn, cost Counterblast 1. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose up to 2 cards with Divine Sister and their card names from among them and reveal them. Choose one of the revealed cards, put it to your hand. Call the rest of the revealed cards to Rearguard Circle. And put the rest of the unchosen cards in the bottom of your deck in any order. Auto Vanguard Circle, once per turn. When this unit attacks, cost Soul Blast 1 card with Divine Sister in its card name. Choose one of your Rearguard with Divine Sister in its card name. Stand it, and it gets auto Rearguard Circle. When this unit attacks, this unit gets +5 power until end of that battle for each grade of this unit. Oh, and at the end of that turn, put this into your soul. Oh, it's getting better. Until end of turn, if you Soul Blast a card with the same name as this unit for the cost, choose 2 instead of 1. Ooh, that reads so well. It
really
soul
does.
charges itself, recycles. You get bonuses if you Persona Ride by Soul Blasting the Vanguard.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I really like this. I like this a lot.
Not to mention, it
and,
looks at top 7, adds 1 to hand, puts 1 on board, so you're constantly deck finning for 1 CB, and not even shuffling the deck. You're stacking the deck from the bottom. You do this
Which is
enough, you can
so
play
better.
Misaki.
Yeah, you it's like you're playing a Tsukuyomi all the way back from OG. No, and oh boy, that cycle card probably ridiculously expensive right now because the Keter Cycler isn't it a Divine Sister? I might be mistaken.
Think so.
It's either a Divine Sister or a Battle Sister.
So scrolling a little bit down, Bushiroad during the stream announced that or suggested some cards that would be good for this deck. One of which is the new Front to Soul. That's a Divine Sister. So basically,
oh god, no,
Yeah!
that's free real estate. Oh goodness. Oh.
Real quick side note, I'm gonna take this from chat. Thank you so much. You know what her name translates to? Because it's in
What?
Spanish. Divine Sister Rice with Milk.
She'll feed you and she'll beat you with a stick.
Now, I don't
Oh
have
my
the
goodness.
easiest way to look at these cards, and I can't really read the image there presented to me. Maybe if I click on
Nope.
it, maybe it'll get bigger.
Biscotti
Nope,
is
it's all
definitely
independent.
Divine Sister.
So
And
I'm,
she is up there. Oof.
so I'm gonna real quick use deck log and try to find these Divine Sisters, or maybe even some other Divine Sisters. We did a similar thing last V-Time, where we talked about the
I just went to TCG and just typed Divine Sister and did high to low. So, because obviously the higher ones are going to be what people are seeking the most.
True.
Which is the Cycler. And then everything after that actually gets steeply cheaper. The OG version of Biscotti, like non-special foils, is anywhere from $43 to $37, which,
Wait.
Shocker.
Wait, the
the Energy
Cycler
Blast
is a Divine
Cyclers.
Sister? I didn't realize that. Wait.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the Cycler
Yeah,
is a
no,
Divine
and this
Sister. Oh,
adding,
shit.
and this adding to hand is so gross. Because like I'm gonna put the Cycler to hand, call the other the rear guard, or if you Persona Road, I'm gonna call the Cycler to rear guard, get its skill. And so, because I can't remember her Divines or her Persona skill. Top 3 of your deck, choose up to 1 card from among them, put it to the top of the deck, and the rest in the bottom in any order. Oh, she literally stacks your deck if you Persona Road.
Holy
Oh,
shit,
this
I
is so
didn't even
gross.
realize they soft supported this card already. There's a set 5 grade 3. That's a Divine Sister. That's not even in the image they posted. there's a set 5 grade 3 that says auto rearguard at the end of the battle that this unit attacked. If this unit was placed on rearguard by your Vanguard's ability, or stood by your Vanguard's ability this turn, put this unit into your soul, choose one of your units, and it gets 5k until the end of turn. This is a card that's basically already made for this.
That is fantastic.
Who's dying?
Well, I live between a fire station that's like on the corner down here, and then the old firehouse is where all the ambulances stay. So they're driving through. I'm on a highway, so it's a busy highway. I'm trying to find that divine sister you're talking about.
Her name is Divine Sister Kunafa. Kunafa.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
I'm
She's
now
only
gonna
common.
just look over some of the other Divine Sisters real quick to see if I can find anything.
No, there's an old one from set 5, the Triumph Return of the Brave Heroes. When this unit attacks, Soul Blast 1 and reveal a normal unit from your hand. Put it onto the bottom of the deck. Draw a card. Yeah, there's better. A lot of grade 2s, surprisingly.
Oh, I didn't
Very
even
intrigued, Asia.
realize. Guess what's a Divine Sister support?
What?
The Festival Set Order combo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Anyway, found one of the cards the Bushiro suggested. Divine Sister Bunge. When this unit is placed on rearguard from deck, this unit gets 15k until the end of turn, making a 28k attacker. Combined with the Vanguard's ability after it restands, it gains another 15k, which means this is a 43k attacker without Persona Ride. Without boost even. So I can see why Bushiro suggested this card. I do agree. What do? You are at Ambell, this unit boosted, placed on Van by Vanguard's ability, retired this unit, choose a grade 3 with Varial, so not this card. Then that's the cycle. Here's another card Bushiro suggested. Divine Sister Decoys. When your other unit is placed by your card's ability, +1 draw a card. If it was placed by ability of your Vanguard, that doesn't matter. So it's basically just +1, call a unit, look, something was placed, +1, draw a card. So if you can manage your CB, not a bad idea.
The order for the festival that grade 2 supports, it's kind of like the Brancate one where you can
Shield.
return force shield to Guardian Circle. So honestly, no. If I was a counter player, I'd be happy right now. Because it's just a fun. It looks like a fun deck. As far as meta viability, it's just a lot of stuff's got to be tested, but it has potential based on just what it reads. What we went over.
Hold.
Yeah.
You remember how Favrenil and Graham Grace got ride lines?
Yeah. Does this already have one by technicality?
Favrenil got a Divine Sister grade 2 ride line, which means it has the ability of when you would ride from ride deck, you can Soul Blast 1 instead of choose a card from hand.
Oh my god. Dude, they're 6D chessing us here.
And that is one of the cards
They've been
that
setting this up for a while.
And then the last card Bushiro suggested that actually is one of Hector's favorites is a Divine Sister. I'm not going to even try to pronounce that name. If your soul has a grade 3 or greater card, this unit gets boost and 5k power, which means it's a 15k booster potentially.
Oh no, that card, she's solid.
I do remember, and yes, I found it. There's a lot of Divine Sisters apparently in Standard.
What's funny about that Divine Sister you were just talking about?
Yeah.
She came as a promo originally, and then she got reprinted in set 7 as a frame rare.
Yep.
So the art's just technically alternate. So which helps the market.
There is a Divine Sister 3-card combo that has a grade 3 that says if you have the other 2 Divine Sisters, it's a grade 2 and a grade 1, she gains 5k, so it's an 18k. The grade 2 is when placed on rearguard from hand, Soul Blast to look at top 7 cards of death, find up to one of the grade 3? No, of the grade 1 Divine Sister. From then call it to rearguard and saying column is this and shuffle the deck. So it makes a column for a Soul Blast 2. And then the grade 1, when this unit boosts to grade 2, draw a card, choose a card from your hand, put it on the bottom of your deck, and it gets 2k. That triple combo is not that good. You have a stack 3 cards for a Counterblast Divine Sister. That works only with Sorceress. That's a shield card. Oh yeah, technically that still exists, but you don't need it.
I think the best part is there's still enough. There's plenty to make the deck work.
I feel like the cards Bushiroad suggested are honestly good. You're gonna run the right line. You're gonna run the grade 3 because it's a fucking beat stick. The grade 1 Counterblast draw, huh?
There's a common Divine Sister grade 3. Am I ready? She has a skill. Rearguard continues during your turn. All Divine Sister, Castella, and Divine Sister Spumone on your rearguard get 5k. So
yeah, that's a triple combo. That's a triple combo I was talking about.
Gotcha. That is you could, man. Keter players are eating really well right now. You can cook with this. I'm excited.
Hector will cook, and then
what?
and then we're saving the best for last because Bushiroad during the announcement for this stream said that we're going to be revealing a lyrical order as a promo, and they specifically used a word a good lyrical order. And I got to admit they delivered because we got the promo grade 2 order called High Five. Thank you for the follow, whoever followed. I heard the ding. I heard the little chime. Yeah. So, the order's effect is kind of stupid because it starts with this card can be played from drop and play it with Counterblast 1, but then continues, if you have a Vanguard with Divine Skill, this ability can be played without paying the cost.
Yeah.
So it's a free order from drop, which means it's a discard target.
Oh no, that's definitely what Lyrical likes to hear.
And then it starts, bind this card, so you can't reuse it, so at least that's good. But then it goes, bind this card, draw a card, choose a card from your hand, reveal it. If the revealed card is a unit card with grade less than or equal to your Vanguard, call it to rearguard, and if it is not discarded. If you called to rearguard, if your Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, until the end of turn, the called unit gets, when this unit leaves the rearguard, choose one of your units and it gets 5k until the end of turn, as well as the unit that got called from hand with this order also gets 5k.
Okay, that's a lot.
It's basically a divine deck, so both Chris Rain and the other one,
Blaster Blader.
Exactly. Bind this card from drop after discarding it for Rideline or something. Draw a card, call a card, and then it's 5k bigger. And then the second it leaves the board, which both decks can make it do easily, something else is going to become 5k bigger. So it's like a free card on board and 10k power to the board somehow.
No, this is, as a non-lyrical player, I'm not happy. My lyrical decks don't have divine skills. So this is gross. Happy for them. You jump off, take a long walk off a short pier.
The fact that it can still play it in any lyrical deck is decent. The Counterblast is depending on the lyrical deck you play if you can manage it. For one example, I am definitely putting this in my Petralka.
Yes.
Hey, it's a
one. I run orders in my Sienna deck, but they're blitz orders, so I don't have room for regular orders.
Yeah, true. So overall, there's not much to say about this card other than this is just good. It's a very simple effect that just does good shit.
It's good in its simplicity.
It is good.
They didn't make it overcomplicated. No special hoops to jump through. You just get bonuses if you do.
Exactly. Lon said perfectly. It is good in simplicity. Anywho, moving on though, that's been it for the leaks for this week. For next Tuesday's stream, we're going to start seeing some Set 8 finally because the anime is continuing and we're starting to see Set 8. And the first Set 8 cards we're going to be seeing is Varga support and also a Dragon Empire generic card. So cool things there. As for the... Yes?
I'm excited for the Oh, I can't remember his name. Moon. I want more Moon cards. We need more.
As far as the Thursday stream, no Moon yet. There's going to be a Dragon Empire theme, apparently. We are getting Viable Dragon. So the Deer Days new boss unit, the reincarnation from the original era, is coming in set 8. Featuring an exclusive ride line, support triple rare for a total of 7 cards. This thing is getting the full treatment.
As a Favreau player, I am greatly upset, especially as an English Favreau player.
I'm right there with you.
Never got it. We never got it with the Deer Days game. I would have bought the game if I could have got the card with it, but that never happened. And we get this vanilla version of the card. When we get the structured decks, it's not foil or anything. You had to be in a different country and win a regionals to get a stamp FFR. And it looks so gorgeous. Almost. But we have new Favreau, so it's okay now. But no, I'm happy for Connor because he was very excited about this guy. And I'm like, damn, you didn't get to have to wait at all. It's just like coming immediately.
To be fair, we did get a deck set for Favreau, which did include some hard-to-get promos, as well as an Elementaria, I think, or regular, or Chalice, or something.
Yeah, we got the
Chalice.
I think we got a rig. Was it the Chalice? Yeah, because it can't percent right normally. Which is honestly. But we got a deck, and we got cool products with it. Just a sealed thing. But we had to wait so long. That's the more annoying part, was the wait, because at least Graham Grace got the card. They just didn't get a full wave of support for it, but they got at least the Vanguard. They could cook. We were only theoretically cooking.
All right. So now with the leaks, we can talk about a little bit of the news. There's not actually much news to talk about. Let's see here. That is scheduled for release April, and I'm not going to worry about that just yet. We can talk about the fact that we do have a cover art now for Festival Booster 2025. And they did announce that I apologize. A special normal unit that can only be included as a one-of in a deck, included as an O triple rare.
I think it's a cool concept. I've been excited for that, to see what they are. And of fucking course, Rankgate, as always, here's a cool giant robot mecha guy. Everyone else gets waifus and like edge lords. Here we are with the fucking robot. So and even Ketter's got a night lady.
Until I see what this does, I'm getting a little bit concerned, because we're starting to get into the territory of a lot of one-ofs. Because think of it this way, almost every deck wants to play a Regulus piece because they're just that good. Almost every deck, if not every deck, is running at least an Elementaria Sanctitude.
The only reason you're not is if you're playing a lot of Blitz. Then
exactly.
But otherwise, yeah, it's a have-to staple otherwise. And
then we have Overtriggers that are one-ofs. And now we're getting this that's also another one-of, which, depending on what they do, every deck will want to play.
Also, some decks have to run a one-of, like, because their ride line will fetch a card. Like Moon has a one-of order, like we have to run. Yeah, Jail. So, like, yeah, we're getting into a lot of singleton territory. Is Commander that, like, influential on other card games?
Hey, man, I've been over here running Petralka like crazy. I've been in singleton format for a while now in Standard.
Fair enough. So this is honestly a huge boon for your deck, if anything. It just, you get that much more support.
I know, right? Yeah, literally, Lyrical is getting this same card as well, which means, hey, my Petralka deck is going to get even better because it's already one-ofs.
Exactly. So easy to make room. Versus other decks is like, what do I cut down to a 3 or 2 of? Like, what hard choice do I have to make? I mean, if you have a deck that has deck restrictions because of the ban list, then yeah, easy to like, well, I'll just fill out this to what would have been a 4 of, now is restricted to a 1 of. I can sub in a little bit. You're already playing with cards you wouldn't normally play.
More information on that, apparently, that in addition to the 1 of O triple rares that are normal units, Festival Collection will contain more generic cycle triple rares.
Ooh.
So can't wait to see what those include. Moving on, a little bit of a just for your information thing. Set 6 for English is coming out very soon. Sneak peek and all that. The sneak peek playmat is going to be Solaron this time. Finally, it's not Dark States.
It's not Dark State or Brentgate Mecha or just random Caterpile thing.
Yep. And then the
this is a boss monster.
And then the promo cards with the sneak peek are energy generators with Chronos Command and the set logo on them that are also apparently foil on top.
No, I've been liking these promos. It's like they're not expensive because it's not like stuff you have to run in a deck. This is purely an aesthetic thing, so they don't usually fetch a high price tag. And getting them can't be too difficult, you know, especially if they're
completely agree on the aesthetic thing.
Jesus. Yeah, you've been going to a lot of regionals, it shows.
I'm also been judging a lot of regionals, so I've been getting a little bit of extra rewards.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. How's that line of work been for you?
I'm enjoying judging. It's sad that I have to help judge Top Cut when I scrub out or when I come. Like this last regionals I went to, I went X3 in both events I went to, which means I was very close because both events were top 16. But after that, I was like, okay, cool, I'll help judge. So I was like running around, helping, doing that.
I'm still involved. I'm still important.
Exactly.
Well, so you should just play standard and then you judge premium while it's still around.
So speaking of that, I am honestly debating because Summerfest is around the corner almost, and definitely going to those. Because of situations, I don't know where it's at. I'm trying to get a decent team together because I want some of the prizes for Summerfest. So I'm try hard. Oh yeah, prizes for Summerfest. Let me see if I can find those. They should have been in leaks, but I can't find them.
Joe, I'm going to be missing you if you're not here. Because for Shadowverse especially, Vanguard, we have competent enough people in our group to fill in your slot somewhat, and like I'm not feeling as tragic. But for Shadowverse, man, like I don't know many that will be able to come and fill in your slot. Because so, in our regular Vanguard group, there's not many of us that play Shadowverse.
So while I'm searching for this and trying to put it up on screen, I will say the one thing I wanted to say is, God damn, I cannot type and talk. Bushy Road. Anywho, damn it, that's not Bushy Road. Bushy Road backspace. There we go. So if I'm still here, I might, if finances make it, I'll try to do the whole doula thing again with you guys. But outside of that, outside of that, I'm probably going to a lot of events here. I'm trying to get a team together that's going to be a try-hard team because the prizes for Summerfest are fucking bonkers, and I want them.
Yeah, see, like, I'm not a big follower of the anime because, like, the energy marker for Brentgate, I'm like, can like leave or take it. Or the energy crest, like I take it or leave it. Like honestly, if I want it, I'm gonna sell this. But like I'm not the guy who's gonna want it. Like I need this for me, kind of deal. But no, the price support this time around is fantastic. I think the only one I don't like is Shadowverse because it's a Swordcraft card. I'm just not a Swordcraft guy. But otherwise, no, it's all great. Like all the promos. I think it's ridiculous for the promo packs for Vanguard. It's just the ride line stuff. There's so many. There's like over 60. It's like
it's on screen right now. Yeah. The participation packs are gonna be including the thing we never got, which is frame rarities of basically every ride line. I want to say in the game, but for the most part, most of the ride lines. For some reason, it doesn't want to load. 13. Yeah, like so it doesn't want to load all of them, but we see Dragon Empire. So we see Cody Blaze's ride line, we see the Start Deck ride line, we see Varga's ride line, we see, oh god, I can't remember, Gryandra, and we see Cody Blaze.
Well, you can see right there where it starts to be Dark State, so it might just be 1, 2, 3, 4, so 5 ride lines per nation, which is a lot of cards. But no, it's probably all the cards since that festival set that came out after set 13.
Yeah. So that's the participation. 1 out of 80. Jesus Christ. Top 8 is getting... I I forgot their names. I think it's Cheel and Taizo. I think it's definitely Taizo. I think it's Cheel for the Dark States. I forgot their names because, like you, I don't watch the anime that well. But top 8 is getting the energy generated markers for Velstra's representative and Blandmire's representative. And I want one Suo, thank you. And I want either one of them. Velstra more than Suo, but I'll take either one of them. That's one of the reasons.
You play both.
Exactly. So that's
it's a win-win for you.
One of the reasons I'm trying to get a team together to try hard Springfest, because I want at least one of those.
No, that's
well as I would not mind the playmat, because the playmats are the arts.
Oh no, they're great.
Of the championship promos.
Yeah, that's the top 4. That's
and they're new versions, art and effect versions for Dark States and Brentgate, because the Dark States one is the red OT, which basically gives you a restand. Actually, they're both the red OT, if I'm looking this correctly.
Oh, they're both the red OT?
They're both the red OT, just specifically for that nation and new arts.
That Brentgate one goes so hard.
It really does.
It's gorgeous.
And the Dark States one as well. You can see it in the playmats a lot better. I like the
Dark State one. I can kind of like leave or take. It seems like a Dark State guy imposing as a Dragon Empire guy.
True.
You know, it's just edgy Dark State. But the Brentgate one's so ethereal and like HP Lovecrafty. I mean, tentacles obviously, but like it's like giving me Gravidia vibes.
Also,
so, like, I don't know.
They show the Lyrical Monasterio Cup because for Summerfest, like we talked about, it's going to be team standard and then single event either of Lyrical Monasterio Cup or Premium. Lyrical Monasterio Cup participations are basically going to be the same as standard participations. Ride lines, there's going to be 1 out of 39 type cards for basically their Lyrical ride lines. Top 8 is getting, honestly, a very gorgeous mat in my opinion.
I'll say, how many ride lines are in Lyrical? Is it 13?
It's more. So much.
It's more. So, well, I'm just saying it's probably all the ride lines since Lyrical Set 3 onward.
Just sets before Divine Z is 6 plus 2 plus 6 plus 3. So that's already 14, 17. Divine Z introduced 2 more in the first set. And then I want to say 2 more later. So there's over 20 Lyrical ride lines, not including promo. I think that's like 22 to 23.
If you take the 39 and divide it by 3, it's 13. So only 13 ride lines are getting frame rate. So it's probably the more popular of the Lyrical decks are getting it.
Yeah.
Like I already know that Sienna gets it. I'm like, I'm never going to get that. That's going to be expensive.
So shout out to one of my best mods. For letting me know. So the top 8 playmat is gorgeous, and the marker for top 4, not top 8, top 4 Lyrical Cup, generator marker of it was just there. Where to go? Mikoto, which is basically the Chris Reigns player's player. So that one also looks very gorgeous. And then the champion is getting the playmat in the card, which is the red OT for Lyrical.
Honestly, this is good reprints for Red OT. So I guess here's a question. Since it's a champion card and it's marked Lyrical, can you only run that version in Lyrical decks? Because it's technically not a nationless card.
No, it's only Lyrical decks can run these. And only Darkskins run the other one in Brentgate. They're not nationless, they're actual nations. They just have the Red OT effect.
Gotcha. And they have the clause where it's like regarded as this name.
This card regarded as... Yeah, it is also regarded as the Red OT name.
But it has the Lyrical nation or respective nation the card is representing. Well, that's interesting. It sucks to not be in those nations if you win it.
Yeah.
I mean, Lyrical there's so many decks, so it's a win.
That's, you guys can't read it because I zoomed it too much. This card is also regarded as Spiritual King of Ignition Valant, and it has the additional effect, choose one of your rear guards, and it gets yada yada yada. So yeah. That is basically it. Also, thank you for another follow, whoever followed. I need to set up that where I can see who followed me. It showed up somewhere. Where? I have no clue. Anywho, with that being said, I'm going to go back to the energy generators for top 8 because they look so fucking gorgeous. With all that being said, I think that's all for this feed time. Unless, Elon, you got anything else you want to add?
No, I think we covered everything well. And actually, there were some cards I was surprised by. I was like, why is there so much Divine Sister hype? I'm curious. I'm like, there must be a promo. And then I see read the promo. I'm like, no, I get it, dude. That's nuts.
Okay, I do have one more thing to say. Literally the thing I started with the Summerfest. So I will be try-harding for the markers. But if I can't get a decent team, I am honestly debating, because if I'm going to be doing BSF here, I have a Weiss-Schwartz team. So I'm basically playing Weiss-Schwartz whenever we go to any location. But for day 2, if I don't have a really good team, I might just judge whatever thing is happening on day 2, which in most cases is going to be standard.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I might be doing more judging for standard during BSF than playing, depending on what kind of team I can get.
Yeah, forming a team is a lot different than just trying to solo a regionals for worlds. The team events are just always like, stars got to align. If you have a good play group, you have teammates. And if you're like our group, we have a 3-person team we usually have, but we're separated by a large expanse of ocean for at least one of our members. Or 2 if you're looking from the other perspective. So, because I remember last time we tried to do Springfest, we took the memes instead. I mean, the prize support was mid, so like we really didn't care. You got like a medal, that was it. Because that was the first format for energy.
Last time
which was really funny.
Yeah, last time we did teams, we took meme decks, but hey, guess what? One of the meme decks is actually meta now.
Well, hopefully it stays meta if they don't hit it beforehand.
So we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Summerfest.
True. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. When Dula gets announced, I'll see what kind of prices we got, because it is summer, so it might be a little bit more expensive than usual.
Yeah.
And we'll figure that out. But with all of that being said now, we're going to end this episode of V-Time here. Thank you so much for tuning in if you tuned in live. Thank you so much for watching or listening if you watched it after the fact. If you like what we do here, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell to get notified me, and become a member for some awesome perks. But with all that being said, I've been Philip.
And I've been Lon.
And we'll see you guys in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Hector, wake up!